What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. We back. It's Winning Wednesday. NBA Talk with Jay Money tip-off show with our guy, Sharks in Sports, the Shark himself, man. Make sure you follow him on Twitter at Sharks in Sports. You can follow me as well at Jay Money's Money. What's up with you, Shark? Glad to have you back, my brother. Locked in Shark is the best Shark, my brother.
Oh, we know this. Glad to be back. Happy Hour Hoops Wednesday, 5:03 p.m. Eastern, March 2nd, 2022. Did a show with my man Odds Fellow earlier. As Jay said, this is the prime product right here. Let's talk some basketball. 2 top plays, 2 officials, and an opportunity to dominate.
Let's get to it, guys. You guys know this is the reason why you like the show. It's all business here, man. We straight to it. We have the first game. Let's go to the streets of Cleveland here. We have All-Star game. No, that's what, but the Cavs here land forward, Shark. They are supposed to get back one of their very valued point guards, and Darius Garland. He did go through shoot around, so just a little bit of info there. I feel like I told people on the early show, if you like the Cavs, you may want to take them now. When he's announced in, I could definitely see this line ballooning up to 5, maybe not 5.5, but 5 for sure. The line's going to move up, right? You're not going to get the best of the line. So he did go through shoot arounds, probable to play in this game, even though it hadn't been announced. But what do you think here, Shark? The Hornets have really regressed back to the mean here after a hot start earlier in the year. Do you think they can keep it going? We know they have a potentially potent offense, but they don't play any defense. You see anything here?
Yeah, I mean, the first standout point here for me is that the home team, this is, of course, the 4th matchup of this season between these two. The home team is 0-3 ATS. And we always talk about this. Forget these teams, but just within a 4-pack of games, the home team should theoretically not go 0-4 ATS, particularly when you're seeing a strong number come the direction of Cleveland. Charlotte's actually been favored in all 3 of these so far this year. Way back early season, Charlotte did win and cover in Cleveland. Then it came back in Charlotte, and Cleveland got them there. And, of course, most recently, a 1-point outright loss for Cleveland on a +6 cover. We've talked about this now for a long period of time. Cleveland has been readjusted by books to inflated favorite numbers. However, if Darius Garland comes back, that is absolutely integral to this team's ball movement and flow and general on-court quality. I would lean Cleveland at that point. And one final point, the issue that Cleveland has had covering these readjusted lines have been when they get up to 8, 9, or 10. Right. This is still low enough where I think they could get there on this number. I would lean Cleveland here, particularly if Garland plays tonight.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And with him going through shoot around, that kind of shows me that, like, when they don't go through shoot around, that's an indicator that they may not play or could still. But when they go through shoot around early day, I'd be pretty surprised if he didn't play, guys. So I'm not betting the game, but I'm always trying to help the people out. If you like that Cavs -4, it may not be there too long. And if you like the Hornets as well, maybe wait until you get some news. If he is out, you probably could still catch that 4, but it'll go down. So it's going down to 3.5 to bet online right now, but there's still juice all 4s there. But I can see that line going up. Lean Cavs for me. Let's go over here to the streets of Orlando here, Shark. We have the second game of the little home and home, right? The Pacers it was a terrible spot for them the first time around. They didn't have Brogdon, which was huge for them, and they had just came off. Had the rest disadvantage, come off that big win versus the Celtics, and now equal rest. They're not on the back-to-back, and you have the Magic here coming off a win where they hadn't been well. They're 2-6 against the spread this year, coming off of a win. So, do you like something in this game, Shark?
Yeah, I just had to check that because home and home, that would mean they split. This is actually back-to-back on the road. I just want to
I always say home and home, whether it's the same arena or they go into there. So I just quick revenge spot. Don't take it into context too much. Yeah, no, the Magic at the house again.
I just didn't know if I missed the point of the game, but we did not. So this is back-to-back games in Orlando. Very important stuff. Official play here on a suddenly not so casual winning Wednesday. Indiana Pacers on the money line at -120. It is steamed up now. Of course, we are at 5 o'clock. This has been on the board for 16 to 18 hours. What we're looking at here is a lot of important stuff. Of course, people look at this game and they say, exotic backwood. And you look at this, and you look at 2 teams here, of course, 21-42 versus 15-47. A lot of people would run and hide from this game. In fact, they wouldn't even look at it. And when I look at it, I see a lot of numerical transparency here. 3rd matchup of the year, going back in a small window, double revenge game. Orlando's already gotten them twice straight up and ATS. 119, 118 in Indiana at +3.5. And more recently, -2.5 Orlando, which was a 6 gap going from road to home, which we know is strong, should be 3. 6 gap told a damn good story. Orlando handled them. 119 to 103. And you have to go even deeper into that game to see what happened. That game was played evenly, except for the third quarter. Orlando came out and hammered them 35 to 19. I was talking to my man Punt School about this last night. Shout out to my man in Australia. If you really go into the layering of what happened, it seems like there was some sort of rebounding outlier, particularly in the offensive glass, which is bizarre. We don't usually talk about this stuff in terms of those metrics, but Orlando is 30th in the league in offensive rebounding. Indiana is second. Yet somehow in this particular game, Indiana was out-rebounded by 6 in the offensive categories. Think about it. 30th out-rebound, second by 6, and that led to a 24-shot gap in the amount of attempts in the game. Indiana actually shot 48% in that game, better than Orlando, but attempted 24 less shots and had 21 turnovers. They get Brogdon back tonight. The numbers on it, they're not going to get swept in this campaign by a really bottom feeder Orlando team. Official play -120 Indiana, and I believe Jay's on 1.5, 2 as well.
Yeah, I'm with. No, I did get -1 this morning. It lines up to -2.5. The money line is at -140. I like it. I think if the Pacers win this game, they should win it going away. It's simple. They've lost both matchups. Now, that wasn't just that quick revenge spot, Shark. They lost earlier this year as well. The Magic came all the way back to beat them by 1 point in their house. So this is the third matchup versus the Magic this year, and it's also their last matchup. So if Rick Carlisle and wants to get a win over Moses over there, you have to win this game and at least go 1-2, salvage a game of this series. So double revenge spot. Magic 2-6 against the spread after last 8 after win. They're 9-19 against the spread at the house, man. So and like you said as well, Shark, the line is all over the Pacers in this spot as well, and they're 10-3 against the spread last 13 games in Orlando. Like the Pacers here, I must say I didn't lay the 2.5. I'd say go money line if you've been this one -140, but or -2.5 is not a bad play. It's tough for me to tell you to take it, and I didn't have my money on it. But I do see the Pacers winning this game. They could possibly blow this one open, win by double digits. Brogdon is key for those guys. You need him and Halliburton together. So let's see what happens. But I do like the Pacers here, guys. Let's go over here to the streets of Philadelphia here, Shark. You have the Sixers. They were absolutely balling, right? The 2 games on the road. Now this is Harden's first home game. I know he can't wait. This is also the reunion for Wilt Chamberlain scoring 100 points over the Knicks as well here, Shark. Just a little quick tidbit for people that know. But what do you like in this game? 76ers laying 10.5. You think they smack them up?
I'm taking a breath here. I mean, this game is tough to cap. I mean, when you look at the numbers specifically, just going back through this is also the 4th matchup of the year. We are starting to see a lot of information, and that helps us out a lot. Go back to early season. Jay and I both officially had the Knicks -1. At that point, the Knicks had lost, I believe, 15 straight to Philly. So that was just a great, great take on the Knicks. I remember in that particular day in October, everybody thought we were certifiably insane. How could you guys do this? And the Knicks took care of business there. Then the Knicks took care of business again in Philly on a -2 Knicks. Very strong figure at that point in time. And, of course, most recently in Madison Square Garden matinee a couple days ago, 125-109 Philly on a very strong 7.5 Philly. But we stay the course. 7.5 Philly road, home 10.5 is razor sharp stock stuff. And as you said, James Harden first home game. This is going to be an emotional high. It's a big environment. Knicks on the road on a big figure are going to be more efficient theoretically than they would be at home on a shorter figure. Razor sharp stuff though, Jay. No, nothing official here.
Yeah, and that's my problem here. Simply put, that the Knicks already showed they can beat them twice earlier this year, and now that they get smashed, that matinee game. Look at the final score, but that game was close. It was a 3 or 4 point game with 3 or 4 minutes left, and then the Sixers really blew it open late last minute. So the Knicks kept that game close. Now you have here with the home environment. How does Harden go with those 76ers fans? It's going to be heckling him all game. He can't have a bad game for his first game, so he'll probably play good. It's a tough game for him. I'm not interested in betting this one, but I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Knicks keep it close, but the reason why I'm not betting it, could also see the 76ers going bonkers in this one. So let's see what happens. Not those type of games I'd like to bet here, Shark. Let's go to the streets of Milwaukee here. We have the Bucks laying 4.5 versus the Heat. This is a tough game, I must say. Could see it going either way, but the Heat obviously still have some playoff revenge from playing from getting 4-0 from the Bucks last year, but the Heat had, the Bucks had revenge from the year before hard at them putting them out. So, but regardless, I think the Heat have the defensive mindset to keep this game close. If you can lock up versus the Bucks, you can and hold Giannis at bay. Middleton hadn't really been that prolific scorer this year. Neither has Holiday. So, and they hadn't been playing the same amount of defense as well, Shark. They're rated number 26 defensively over the last 5 games, where the Heat are number 4. The Heat are also the number 1 team in the NBA as an underdog, 13-5 against the spread. They love being an underdog. Okay, you want to undervalue us? You think these motherfuckers 4.5 points better than us? Shark, they don't have Lowry, but I still like the Heat here plus the 4.5. I think that this is a winnable game for them, and I think the line should be somewhere around -1 if you ask me. So 4.5, I'll take the Heat plus the points. This game could go right down to the wire.
Yeah, no, you said it. And this is a developing rivalry, and maybe not even developing. I think the rivalry is here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've been saying this, unfortunately, with so much player movement over the course of the last decade and not a lot of sustained franchises really playing each other in the playoffs every single year. It does not mirror 90s basketball at all, where there were really deep rivalries in the playoffs. Back-to-back seasons in the playoffs, of course, once in the bubble where Miami did go to the finals, and of course last year Milwaukee going straight to the championship. So it tells you something there. When one of these teams beats each other in the playoffs, they're going somewhere. And then you come back to this season, it's been just flip-flopping blowouts. The opener in Miami, 137-95, just demolition of Milwaukee. Then Milwaukee came back, won the game by 22. Most recently, a 9-point outcome. I think at this 4.5 figure, what you're really looking at here is what I said about the Dallas Warriors game the other night. Dallas and the Warriors had been flip-flopping egregious blowouts as well. And I said, I think it's going to get tighter. I think you're going to get more into that playoff atmosphere here. I think this is going to be tight, and I do think the number is on Miami for a reason. Miami is a class act this season.
Oh, hell yeah.
Very, very above average. And I think they're going to go deep in the playoffs. I would lean Miami on this number. I do think this is going to be really sharp.
Yeah, appreciate you in the chat, Molecular Ninja, for the $20 dono, my guy. Appreciate that. Everybody in chat, man, hit the like button, subscribe. We appreciate everybody, man. Heat culture for me, like I said, this is a tough game, but give me the Heat here. 5-0-1 against the spread last 6 road games. Obviously, with playoff revenge, the Heat are hot right now as well. Won 9 of the last 10 games, so I think they'll keep it. They've been playing good basketball. They're definitely in better form right now. And you go to the bench as well. Heat have the number 7 scoring bench offensive rating over the last 5, whereas the Bucks have dropped down to number 25. So this team, the Bucks can blow out these bad teams, guys. When they go up against a top tier team and they're favorite, I'm probably going to take the points every single time this year. I just sense a different Bucks team, not necessarily that they're complacent or whatever, but I do think they're a little bit fat in that. Like really, they were chasing that championship. They finally got it this year. They kind of sort of just going, and they still have a damn good record. They're kind of just coasting through the season, waiting for the playoffs. They know that's when they want to turn it on. So they will just take this game serious, but so will the Heat. Give me the Heat here, plus the 4.5. I think it's a little cold in here, man. We'll turn the heat on real quick. Let's go over here to the streets of New Orleans real quick, Shark. I had some shrimps and some crawfish yesterday. Might have to go get some again, man. I like the Pelicans in this one with you, Shark. I wish you had the new Hattie in, man, but what we doing here, man? Pushing P.
I don't know what's going on with the mail. I mean, I got Devin Booker on COVID protocols. Maybe the mail's on COVID protocols too. We need this damn hat coming in here. That all being said, official play, New Orleans Pelicans -6. And what you're looking at here is very similar to what we said with Indiana. You get a double revenge game and you get a line average moving aggressively towards the side we are taking. You have to go back to early season, and I keep referencing this because early season for the Pelicans has absolutely nothing to do with their present quality. Of course, CJ McCollum coming over here, but also just the upward movement with Willie Green, the coach, B.I., Valanciunas, these boys really getting it together on court. They started the season 1-12. They were the worst team in the sport, and now they're in the playoffs officially in the West. And we've been saying this now for 2 to 3 weeks. Spurs and Pelicans have been showing significant signs of backdooring the season with really, really upside groups. And talk about the number. Sacramento -1 on the road, 113-109. It came up to 6 at home. Should have been 4. 6 strong. Won the game 112-99. Now you go from Sacramento -6 to New Orleans open -5, steamed by shots mostly on New Orleans. And you get Sacramento, the third game of a road trip, 2-0 ATS on the trip off a blowout win. I think New Orleans comes home here, gets revenge with authority. I see a double-digit victory here tonight, Jay.
I'm right there with you, man. It's a few things to go through. So Drew Fish in the chat, appreciate you, my guy, for 20. I don't know. One thing I wanted to mention here, Shark, because so I'm on the other side of this. No one, my guy Leonard in the chat, no one has mentioned the fact that it's day after Mardi Gras. The fans in the stands will be flat, and you can see the Pels come out a little hungover. I don't think so. CJ McCollum, ever since he's came over here to this team, they're a professional type, because CJ McCollum, professional type of guy. Ever since he's came to the team, they had a team dinner. They're 2-0 straight up and against the spread, 2 blowouts, 2 Smack City spots ever since the dinner. I see these guys turn the page, really going on a playoff run. They got their guy, Brandon Ingram was like, hold on, I got a baller with me. Let me pass him the ball, and I could just do what I do and be, you know what I'm saying, passing. That's why they could put Jackson Hayes in the starting lineup at that 4. More defense, more rebounding, and you still have some offensive punch off the bench with Devontae Graham, Najee Marshall. Herb Jones, a damn good baller here. I think that the Pelicans just have too much defense for the Kings, guys. It's that simple. Kings getting back to all offense and no defense. If you bring the defense against them, you can smack them up here, man. So, and one last thing, Shark, the reason why I want to mention that, because of this Mardi Gras, I think it's going to be even more turned up. New Orleans Pelicans in the Mardi Gras week, man, give me that shit. Buy on. Put that voodoo on them motherfuckers. I like the Pelicans with you as well, Shark. Let's get some cash. I see a double-digit win as well. Fly, Pelly, fly. Last 3 games here. Going to the streets of Houston here, Shark. Rockets 15-point underdogs. You like something here?
This is going to be tough. We look at the line here. This is razor sharp stuff. Utah at home, going back recent history, 34-point blowout on a 15.5 at home. This opened at 12.5, so that was your stock 3 coming from 15.5 home to 12.5 road. It has gotten steamed up. We're at 15 now, I believe. And you find Houston in a really brutal spot. 3rd and 4 back-to-back. Just played 2 tight ones against Clippers. Of course, they didn't cover last night, but they played reasonably well in that game. We've said this for weeks now with the Jazz. The Jazz were really poor for a period of time. The Jazz are clustering. They're 8-2 straight up. And, the Jazz now, with the Warriors really cratering down and the Suns without CP3 and Book, they're right there to make a push to get up to the 2 seed. And nobody knows what's going to happen here. The Jazz are 10.5 out of the 1, but the 2 seed is right in the front of their lens. They're going to make a push here. They want to get there. I think I would lean Utah here to clean them up again.
Yeah, I would like to say I lean Utah as well. A lot of roster ambiguity over there with the Rockets there. Schroeder may not play. He's been a catalyst, been playing some well because they've been missing a good point guard. Kevin Porter Jr. is in this game. I'm not laying 15 with the Jazz on the road. I agree. This should be Smack City spot. Jazz take this game serious. They should win this game by 20 points. But me personally, I still don't feel comfortable. It's not a bet that I want to make. Jazz minus 15 on the road. So I don't have to bet it. So I'm not. But I do think that the Jazz should, in theory, smack these guys up by 20 points in their sleep. Let's go over here to the streets of Denver real quick, man. Oh, the dispense real quick. Y'all got them $15 eights over there, man. What else y'all got out here? What's the deals, man? But nah, real quick. Shark, you like some here? Nuggets versus the Thunder.
This is going to be tough. There's a lot of merge points here. Of course, the Nuggets are on a dub 6. They are hot. They're showing signs. But the Thunder on the other side of this are 3-0 ATS last 3 on the road, all at the East. We've talked about this all year. For whatever reason, the Thunder travel much better to the Eastern Conference. I think it's largely because the Eastern teams just don't take them seriously at all. But you come back across, and you see what's happened here. Denver's 0-2 ATS this season at Oklahoma City, an outright loss, 108-94. Really insulting performance there. And then they came back in the revenge game. They did not cover a -7. They did win the game 99-95. So Denver is 0-2 ATS against the Thunder this year. But you get a revenge game for the Thunder. You get the Denver way too hot. This is a Denver line number. It opened at 13 off of a -7 on the road. The number's on them, but it's really hard to buy them on a long winning streak with a revenge game for the Thunder as well. It's just tough to cap here.
Man, I wish the Thunder had Dort and Giddey. I'm talking about you just one of those two, and I'd be all over taking the points in this one. The Nuggets have been playing well. I still think that they're just a little too hot for me here. So I could see a flat spot as well, like you're saying, Shark. Oh, this is the Thunder. Let's go in here and win the game by 5 points. That's the type of team that the Nuggets are. That's why I can't stand them, man. They'll blow a team out, or they'll take a game lightly and just be like, oh, mess around and lose or something. So I'd lean Thunder plus the 14.5. I can't bet the Thunder with just SGA and Trey Mann and the rest of G League guys out there. So, but they are playing hard though. So if the Thunder take this game serious and like guys play for some contracts, they could cover this spread. I'm not betting on it. Let's go last game up. Let's go to the streets of Phoenix. Shark. The line was at 13.5. Devin Booker was out, like you said. But they do get campaign back, guys. So I just had to let you know that the Suns, maybe the Suns that we just saw the past couple games, you're not going to necessarily see that same one. They actually have a point guard that can run the team now. Campaign is a mini Chris Paul out there, but he was out with Chris Paul the past two. He's back now. Now they're missing Booker. I'm not betting on the Blazers. They're more of a G League team than the Thunder are, Shark. It's a tough game for me. I have nothing on this one, my brother.
Yeah, no, I was talking about this on a previous show today, and I was saying, this is crazy. This is an ESPN game.
Stop it.
This is ridiculous. There has to be something coming. They need to put this into some sort of contract where they can flex these games out late season, because this should not be a national game. This is a disastrous NBA game to watch. Nobody wants to watch this. There's just no way around it. Of course, you do go back to the previous game. We had correctly Phoenix 111-107 on a 1.5 in overtime early season. I remember that was a sweat, but we did have that correctly. So now you get a really inflated line, as you said, 13, now down to 11 without Devin Booker. Not sure what's going on with that. We haven't seen health protocols in weeks now, but that's unfortunate. But of course,
Steve Nash. No, I'm with you, Shark. We didn't see. I forgot all about the health and safety protocols. Then Steve Nash just entered not too long ago as well. So I guess it is still a theme.
Yeah, without question. I mean, unfortunately, a totally different conversation there. But the numbers all over Phoenix. Portland is atrocious. Portland is really, really bottom feeder status right now with this roster. You're taking Portland. You honestly should just stop betting. I mean, this is really where it becomes like a degenerative take here. There's no angle. And Jay, like really just at the core, when you're betting a game where you're missing two of the top players from the good team and you have a gutted roster on the other side with an inflated double-digit figure and not a lot of information because they haven't played since 2021. That was an early season game. It is just an absolute unknown environment here. It's absolutely unknown. It's impossible to cap.
A true gamble, man. Man, go put some money on black or something on the roulette table, man. 50-50 rather than it'll probably be funner in this game, man. So I don't disrespect any team. Hey, the Blazers, they have some players that are playing hard, but even with Booker out, I could still see the Suns taking these guys to the woodshed here, Shark. Let's get to some free plays every single day, man. That's why you guys here. It's why you guys say we have the best community. We all trying to get some cash here. Share your plays in the chat as well, man. College basketball, NBA totals, props, whatever. Share it in the chat. We always trying to get some cash. Shark, what you liking today, my brother?
2 top plays, 9 words of lifestyle. Ride the wave or get out of the water. 7 p.m. Road Locker Room, Amway Center. Indiana Pacers 0-2 this year against Orlando. Not going to get swept. All the data is pointing directly to Indiana here tonight. 120 money line, 1.5 spread would be the top look there. And, of course, New Orleans continuing this upward movement. Big push to get to the 9 seed, maybe even the 8 if the Clippers come down in their efficiency. A beautiful spot to dominate. Jay Money, a pleasure as always. Happy Hour Hoops, March 2nd, 2022. Close them out.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure, my guy. Just trying to get some cash, man. Trying to get some cash as always. I like my guys' looks there. I did play the Pacers earlier today, -1. You can play the money line if you want to ride with us. It's up to -140, but I could still see them getting it done with the -2.5 as well. But I played Pacers -1.5. I did the exclusive parlay, guys, for the early show was Auburn and Pelicans money line there. So I know that they've lost the last 3 road games, but they shouldn't be laying the same price that they're laying to Tennessee on the road. It's that simple, not to Mississippi State. So anything can happen. Nothing is a guaranteed lock, but I did play that rather than playing Pelicans -6. And also another good one is Pelicans money line and Iowa State money line as well. So I like those two. For me, I played both of those, and let's get some cash, man. The Heat +4.5. I see a winnable game, guys. Let's get some cash. Turn on the heat real quick. I don't give a damn if it's cold where you're at or not, or if it's not. Hey, just go outside, get some sun, get some heat rays. But let's get some cash. Bringing the defense to the streets of Milwaukee. I can see us walking out of there with a win. The Heat might get smacked up tomorrow, though. But they do have a game tomorrow. So, but Heat +4.5. Let's get some cash. Go follow my guy on Twitter @Sharks and Sports. You can follow me as well @JMoneyIsMoney. Let's get some cash, guys. We out.